Okay, hi folks, good morning or good afternoon or whenever you're kind of seeing this folks at the mission. This is my first attempt at doing something like this, a wee kind of video message here, and you should get this attached with an email or however you get it. Obviously, just to say that the situation that we are facing now with regard to the coronavirus globally, within the UK, within the local community as well, it's completely unprecedented, and obviously we're all affected by it, and we need to take measures and action as guided by the government, by medical advice, by the NHS, and so on. And you might be aware of. I know I mentioned some of these things on Sunday, but the situation's been developing since then. Organisations like the Girls Brigade and the Boys Brigade, they've shut down all activities. The Scottish Rugby Union and other kind of sports leagues have kind of shut down all activities. Yesterday, Angus Council closed all their leisure facilities, and people were advised not to go out to pubs and clubs and other sort of social venues like that. I think that was a sort of situation as of Monday. As of Tuesday, yesterday, the government guidance moved forward to include faith groups as well. And as a result of that, there's announcements been made from denominations like the Church of Scotland, the Scottish Episcopal Church, the Free Church, the Baptist Church, the Elim Church, all asking their churches to suspend all Sunday services and midweek gatherings, meetings as well. So it is obviously a serious situation that we're in. It's something that last night I've had various phone calls, spoke to elders, spoke to folks on the board, and it's something that we need to address as well. And so basically, we just wanted to let you folks know that we have chosen to suspend all gathered mission activities for the present time, and that's not a decision taken lightly. That is just based on the government and medical advice, and consulting with folks about that. At this time, our concern, I think, has to be for the most vulnerable in our society. I think that's a good Christian principle to have, and we don't want to be the link in the chain that passes on this virus that obviously for some people has deadly consequences, or at least serious consequences for many other people as well. And as responsible citizens and being good neighbours, thinking of others, then we want to do what we can with that. That obviously impacts upon our fellowship, our worship, our Christian community, and these are things that we don't take lightly. In terms of how long these measures would be in place, these are things that we're going to just have to take as it comes and not make some long-term decision for the moment. Obviously, for those who are online able to access this video, for instance, there's the opportunity that we can continue to find ways to share content, use social media, just find various different ways. We can video conference, we can share videos on YouTube for Sundays and so on, and that's hopefully going to be of some use to some people. That's why I'm just sort of trying this out rather than just sending a really long email that maybe might be a bit dry on its own. Maybe it's better than this because you don't have to see my face, I hear my voice, I don't know. But having said that, and the use of social media, and I'll put some links in an email to folks for stuff as we kind of work it out. But I will obviously be phoning around folks in the church, and just to make sure folks are aware of this, and it's obviously a bit of something to take in, isn't it? And as I phone round people and get in contact with people, one of the questions I will be asking is if people are okay with their personal contact details, like your house phone number, for instance, being shared with other folks in the church, because what we want to ensure at this time of what looks like it's going to become a lot of self-isolation from people, quarantine for people, maybe kind of lockdown in the coming days, as much as we might want to joke about it and so on. This is the way things seem to be headed. I have been going in other countries previous to us that might be a week or so ahead of us. But in this time, what we want to ensure is that we stay connected as a church, maybe not in physically in the same space within a meter or each of without being close enough to handshake or hug or whatever. We want to stay connected in the ways that we can, and that means having each other's contact details. And I just want to kind of just give folks this to think about, just the power of a phone call, because at this time this would be a good time to just kind of think who would benefit over the coming days, coming week or so of just a phone call. Hey, how you doing? Thinking about you. Anything I can kind of pray for you about? Maybe someone in the church that you've not phoned before, and that kind of thing. Just to kind of maybe think someone who's going to be in self-isolation. And I think someone's trying to call me there already. I will call you back. And I just to think, how can we support other people that might need a bit of help and support. Oh, hello, someone's coming in the room. Hello, Joshua, can you nip out just a minute? I'll come and speak to you in a minute. This is not rehearsed or planned or prepared. Not too much anyway, obviously. And I just guess basically want to just wrap this up by saying we want to find the best ways that we can support and stay in touch with one another in the church in what is, as I've said, an unprecedented kind of time period, and we'll just take things as they come. And I just want to close by just mentioning this. It's been on my mind in Acts chapter 8. Read from my Bible here. It says, on that day a great persecution broke out against the church at Jerusalem, and all except the apostles were scattered throughout Judea and Samaria. Obviously this is a completely different situation to that, but the situation is that an unprecedented situation has come upon us, and it's going to alter the way that we can do things, at least for the coming time period. If you jump on in Acts 8, there are a few verses to verse 4, it says, those who have been scattered preach the word wherever they went. Obviously we can't just do the same and go about preaching the word, but what we can do is say, okay, situations changed. The disciples they were meeting in the temple courts in Jerusalem, and they were scattered. The situation changed. They had to do things differently. Did it mean the end of the church? No, of course it didn't. But they looked to say, look, how can we do things in this new setting differently? How can we be God's people here just now, and do what we can? And so that's what we're going to look to do in the coming days. And we yesterday put a note through our neighbour's door saying, if you're stuck in the coming weeks and can't get out, here's our phone number if you need some food from the shops and so on. And maybe there's things like that we can think of how to be, to show some practical Christianity as well. So that's basically what there is to say for just now. We're reviewing the situation. I thought I'd try out a wee video message just to see how this would go, how this would work maybe for going forward. It's a situation we're just going to have to feel our way with, and it's obviously not ideal, but we can trust that God is still God, and that this does not come as a surprise to him. And so we can pray, of course, we can pray through this time. That's something we can do on our own, and maybe find ways that we can do that, whether phone, video conference, whatever, if we want to pray together as well. And people are being advised to work from home and everything like that as much as they can. As a church, we've just got to do our part. And love you, church, and we'll see where we go from here. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you.